I'm Shubham from Delta Innovators, and this is Akhilesh. We'll be sharing you this presentation at the end.
I hope you learned something new today. So these are some of the things which we will be learning today. The most interesting is the graphotherapy part. Graphology in simple words is a science which allows us to become knowledgeable of ourselves and explore a lot of feelings which we cannot share with everyone because some may feel us insecure. What happens is our brain finds that outlet for our handwriting. So here are some of the analysis done by me, testimonials from people all around the world. So I can give you 100% guarantee that it works. I guess we have people from different countries as well and from India as well. So yesterday Amitabh Bachchan ji posted about graphology as well. So the first thing is slant in your handwriting. So how you write? The most easiest thing to observe in someone's handwriting is their slant. Amitabh Bachchan's handwriting, you may have observed that he writes on the right slant. Right. So the person who has their slant on the right side are the emotional people. So they may get emotional quickly and they take decisions based on emotions rather than thinking logically. Well, the good part of being having right side slant is that many inventors like Einstein, actresses, and poets write like this. Even we have one member in our Delta team, Jatin Boy. He also writes like this. If you write like this, then you are someone with a very creative mind and artistic mind, yet emotional. So if you feel that you are a lot of emotional, then it is advised to write straight. If you write like this, I guess most of you may be writing like this. So the people who write like this think logically and take decisions based on logic. Now I must do something just because I'm feeling it. They don't do, they think before doing things. So I guess if you any one of you write straight, then you fall in this category. Okay, so this is also a sign of good observer. The people who write straight, I personally write straight. So the people who write like this also have control over their feelings and emotions. Okay. Left side slant. So do we have anyone who write like this on left side? I guess you can put on the chat session. Do we have anyone who write like this?
The
Left
answer
side.
is no.
Okay,
Mostly the answer
so
is
the
no.
people who write like this mainly are the people who like to work alone or behind the scenes. So they may not love to come in the front side. Like there are people who don't love to come on the stage. Just like in movies, we have stuntmen. They don't like to come on the front side. Right. So all of them mostly have this kind of handwriting. They are logical and practical. Means they are not emotional like the right side slant. Okay. And they do not share their feelings and emotions with others. So if I write like this, then I am someone who will feel a lot of happiness or even anger or even other emotions, and I may not share that. So there just like we have basics of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. In graphology too, there are various basics as well. So first one is zones in our handwriting. There are three types of zones: upper zone, middle zone, and lower zone. I guess you are able to see on the screen. So the upper part, just like upper part denotes your upper body. Upper body has, imagination, future thinking. So now, which are the upper zone letters? Well, I said before, letter T, the most important letter, letter L, letter H, and letter B. Okay, and middle zone is the middle part of the body. Okay, the small letters that we have, A, U, C, I, O. Okay, they are the middle zone letters. It's mostly is focus on present, right? And then we have lower zone letters. Lower zone letters are all about relationships, right? So if I get, or if you want to check the compatibility between two people, then mostly graphologists see the lower zones. Okay, and it also denotes the material needs. I guess as you can see, the large letter have small loop here. So if the loop is bigger, more the materialistic person is. Okay, and it also denotes the basic drives, and it denotes the lower body. So whatever your lower body has, it is all seen in the lower zone. Okay, now next one is get to know the energy level of a person. Imagine you just have met a person and you have seen their handwriting, and you can get to know if he is an energetic person or just a low energetic person. You can just look at their handwriting and you can know that it's written very dark. It doesn't matter which pen they use, their handwriting always seems to be dark. So these people are the people who are very energetic, right? These people have tremendous energy to do lot of tasks in a single day, right? And basically many people, army people, or you can say doctors have very different type of handwriting, yet they also write with heavy pressure, especially in this corona situation. Okay, so these people, the best thing about this heavy pressure is that they always give 100% to everything they do, and they take their commitments very seriously, right? So if I write like this, or if you write like this, then you are someone who once decide that I am going to do something, then you are surely going to accomplish it. So soft pressure indicates that the person has low energy levels, yet these people are very compassionate towards others, right? They always show empathy towards others, and they do not try to hurt anyone, right? So they may understand you very well, and well, you may be having some, we all write like this one way or another, in a situation like bus likhna hai mujhe. During lectures, if we are feeling sleepy, then we may write in soft pressure. Well, the one bad thing about soft pressure is that you cannot remember the things you have written, right? If you write with heavy pressure, you can remember it for longer time.
How much confidence do you have now? As Akhilesh had started by saying that letter T is something that is the most important letter in all the 26 alphabets. That is just because letter T in your handwriting will help any graphologist or any handwriting analyst to determine whether the person is confident or is less confident or is overconfident. So upon the self-esteem part and average, there is a calculation that is done, and from that particular letter T's curves and sharpness, we can determine whether a person is confident or less confident or overconfident. Now, as I said, T matters a lot. There are three types. T will have a bar, T will have a stem. So when the bar is at the lower point, as in lower edge of that particular stem, it is said to be not that very good. So here you can find all the definitions, the technical definitions. So I think you all have the presentation. You can go through the definition once. Checking. Please show some examples of heavy pressure. So see, if you're writing something in a notebook, probably you must have noticed that when you write on a single page, the imprints are seen on the second and the third page also. So when you press a lot and write, that's how some heavy pressure can be shown to you. Now at this point, we just cannot show you on the screen because images won't be that clear to show you the pressure that's being applied. But still, if you have noticed this thing, when you write on one page and when you move your fingers through that, you must have noticed that yes, the pressure that we can get from the pages would notify the same. And who are you, an introvert or extrovert? Now mostly introvert people are those who like to be in themselves. Those are the people who don't like to express a lot. They are more towards their own selves. But extrovert is someone who would be like open to people, open to minds, open to express, innovate, and talk. So let's do your handwriting analysis. So large size. So if you are writing large, probably then you should write. You must have noticed that many a times your font size according to the lines then is touching the above line, as in the upper line and the lower line. It begins from the lower line but touches the upper line. Then you can say that your handwriting is large, and that handwriting actually indicates that you are an extrovert. Similar comparison can be from the small size part. If you're writing very small, as in your letters are tiny, so these people are probably having good concentration skills.
Well, if you observe yourself during, you can say, start of the exam, you may start to write small. Right, you have handwriting where you can just write your name, you will write your roll number, you can write your standard, and then it is in small letters. So at that time, you are having some concentration, lot of concentration while writing that. Right. So the people, if you lack concentration, then it is advised to write like this, small. Right. The bad thing about small size is that these people are very shy in nature, and they are mostly introverts. They don't communicate with people a lot, and they are the type of people. Yeah, you can share your handwriting in WhatsApp group. They are the type of the people who cannot talk with most people. They will sit alone. They will spend time alone. They don't have much friends. During exams, well, I use this trick. During exams, if I know that in 1 month my exam is showing up, so that time what I do is I start changing my handwriting. For that particular period, I just write small. I just start writing small. As the exam ends, I again start writing big, just like my normal handwriting. Yet for that particular period, I write small because that helps to increase my concentration as well as to learn things more faster. Right. So I guess you can use this trick as well. When your handwriting is large, that time you are just writing the theory. You are just writing the theory. So if I know about something, for example, what is graphology? Right. If I know about it, so I will be writing it in small letters, in concentration, full concentration, and full dedication. And if you ask me, sir, what is you can say MBBS or something about medical. I don't know anything about medical. So if you ask something about medical, then I will just write anything that comes in my mind. you know, anything that comes in mind. So at that time, my handwriting will get bigger, bigger, and bigger because I'm writing anything that's coming on my mind without any concentration. Okay, that's the answer to your question. Mixture of small and large tiny. The one more thing is that as the exam ends, you observe that you start writing fast, 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 fast. Your handwriting goes very fast, and your handwriting becomes dirty and messy. Well, the reason behind that is that our mind runs fast during that time. You can see it's the application of graphology, live application. So our mind runs very fast during that time. So we just like com- complete करना है बस मुझे अभी. Because we have that type of thinking during that time. We don't care if it's big handwriting. Well, mostly if you observe during that time, your handwriting is big. During that messy handwriting or during last hour of exam, your handwriting is messy and large size as well. Okay, so I guess we can go next. Shubham. Well, medium size handwriting, I guess I will tell about medium size as well. The people who have medium size of handwriting are the type of the people who are, you can say, adaptable to new things. They are adaptable as being an extrovert, they are adaptable as being an introvert, and these people are good observers as well. So the interesting thing, the first time that I saw graphology, I guess 2016, I was a slow learner. So letter M, just if you have your handwriting now with you, everyone, you can just check your letter M and N. Check if you write the left side one or you write like the right side one. In a class, we have many types of students. We have toppers, we have average people, and we have some students, different types of students. So if you are now, you may have seen someone who just studies nothing, right? They don't study, they just come to an exam and they just see the page and the portion and the syllabus. They start studying it and then they quickly grasp the information. So this type of people are type of fast learners. The people on the left side, the people who write like the left side. These people take decisions very quickly, and these people they just want to achieve things as fast as they can. Their minds runs very fast, right? It also indicates higher intelligence as well. Many intelligent people write like this. If you just, I will show you the signature of Donald Trump. The people who higher authorities mainly like that, like write like this, pointed. Shubham to write like this. I guess some of the people that I have analyzed to write like this. So these people are fast learners. They tend to learn new things quickly. They don't study for the 5 days. They just come to exam and just look at the paper, look and just start studying theory or numericals or anything, and they just learn it quickly and then they score good. And you are thinking why they are learning so much fast, why they are toppers. So the reason is they are fast learner. If you want to be fast learner, then change it to the pointed letters. Yet remember this, that fast learners tend to have short-term memory, so they forget things faster than the slow learners. So it's your choice who you want to become. Okay, what if we write in both ways? Well, if you write in both ways, Swarnima, then it depends on what you are writing. So if you are writing about I am emotional, about being, being about my family, then at that time, if you write with pointer letters, it indicates that you have fast thinking about that particular thing, right? And if you write about like yourself or about other topics, for example, like I love to drive a car, or you can say I love to study, or I love to create things, I love learning new things. During that time, if you write small, then your mind is calm during that time, right? Basically, if you are both ways, then it is advisable to just write in one ways, because it indicates that your emotions and moods changes quickly as you write a sentence. or two. Right. So it is advised to write in one way rather than writing in two ways. Kinjal, yes, sir, write in same way. Well, I guess I have done analysis for you. Yes. So if you write in both way, then it is advised to just go for one set. Either go from uh, pointed or either go for rounded ones as well. Okay, so let's now move to the most interesting part and the easiest part of graphology, which is signature analysis. Signature analysis is the most easiest and most fun part. I personally love it because it's the most easiest to learn. There are not, you can say, much things to learn in it. Okay, so let's dive in, Shubham. Yeah, difference between signature and handwriting. Well, this is one of my posts. Let's dive in. Signature versus handwriting. So the difference between signature and your handwriting. What handwriting tells a graphologist is that is your inner personality, like what you feel from the inside, your inner feelings, your inner emotions. All those are indicated from your handwriting. Now, what your signature says is what do you want the world to see about you. Now, there may be some people who you can say they are introvert, right? Their handwriting is very small, and they do not want world, or you can say they do not talk with others much, right? So such people have small handwriting. Now, what happens is such people also have big signatures, big size signatures. Now, what it indicates is that they want others to know that they are a very social person, and they are the type of the people who can talk with everyone, which they are not. They just want to create an illusion for others that they are this kind of person. So in short, if you haven't understood anything, in short, handwriting tells about your inner persona, inner personality, inner feelings, you can say, and the signature tells about your outer self, your public image, right? So if you want to see as a person who has very long, big self-esteem, who is optimistic, then I can show that through my signature, because the first thing we ever see is the signature, the autograph. We will get to know we will be doing analysis of Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, Saina Nehwal on the next slide, I guess. Next 3 slides. So that will be interesting. Shubham, let's move forward. Yeah, basic types. So basic types, as you can see, these are there are 3 basic types. Well, there are more than 50, just like there are more than 2,000 traits in graphology. Yet, if you are beginner, then these 3 are. The first one is upper. I guess most of you may be having the upward direction signature. The people who have upward direction signature are the type of the people who are optimistic. Well, most successful people tend to write like this. On the middle one, well, we have anyone here who writes in upward direction? If yes, then on the chat section say yes. Signature is your public image presentation to the world, whereas handwriting is your original self. Right? Yes, Mayuriji. Correct. Let's go for middle one. So signature is straight. There is no upward. There is no downwards. Right. Now, if you have a signature which is not upward, not downwards, then this type of people love being in balance and control, and they want to go after perfection. Like everything must be done perfectly. If they are cooking something or if they are doing something, then they will think it must be perfect. If it's not perfect, then they will get sad. Well, they want to show the people that they are in control, in balance and control, and they strive for perfection. Well, these people are also type of the people who also love to work in back end. They don't love to be in the face, right, in the front side, right? So that's the thing. I guess we have anyone here who writes like this, middle one. Yes, we have Sundaram Iyer, we have Prachi, we have Akansha. Great, awesome. We have Nachiket. Great. Yes, yeah, I guess we have all types of people here. I guess we must not have any people who write like the third category. Okay, the downside signature. A downside signature indicates lack of energy, insecurity, and depression. Now it's just similar to Henry graphology. I can just demonstrate in simple way. Imagine you are feeling very happy, or you are feeling like very cheerful and joyful. At that time, you will observe that you mostly look up on the upside on the sky. So sky is so good, weather is so sunny, right? So that same concept is in graphology. If your handwriting is upward, then it indicates that you are feeling good, you are having good emotions as well. That indicates it. Right. And now if you are stable, just like now, I'm just looking at my screen, I'm clear, I'm balanced. So that time your handwriting is in middle. It's not upward, not downwards. Right. And now you may observe yourself, if you observe yourself, if you are just feeling emotional, if you are crying, or if you are just feeling not good, not so good. So during that time, you can just observe yourself. It's my personal observation. You can see that you look on the downside, you look on the floor, you look on the books, your eyes move towards downside. That similar happens for the signature as well. If you have seen the many suicides happen, many suicides have their signature written in it, and most of the signature have are on the downside because they have lost confidence. And so if you ever see someone who has the third category of signature, if you have this category of signature, anyone here, then it is advised that you try to write in middle or else in the upward direction. Okay. And if you see anyone in the downside direction, then advise them and ask them how they are feeling. Okay. Because today anything can happen. Shubham, can we move forward? The most interesting part, some of the signatures of the top people in the industry. Well, top cricketer, top businessman, top, you can say, sports persons, top actors. Well, Amitabh Bachchan is himself a graphologist as well, I guess, because seeing his post day before yesterday. So Amitabh Bachchan has the signature, as you can see, on the upward direction. Right, he has dash as well. So that indicates that he's an optimistic person. He wants people to know him as an optimistic person, and I guess we all see as an optimistic person. As you can see, he's so humble, even being so successful. Right. And well, the thing that I haven't told in the before slides is that he writes Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan has his first name as well as last name. Right. So first name and last name. So Amitabh Bachchan is type of someone. Is a type of is a type of person who values himself as well as his family as well. So he's not someone who just values himself and just you can say he just tend to love having a balanced approach. He want to get to know the world that he's a balanced person. He takes care of himself, his personality, his fame. Yet he also loves staying with family. Narendra Modi, it's only N. So this type of people are the people who are reserve people. They want to tell people that they are having a reserve personality. They will not open up to you until they know you very well. Okay. If you have a signature which is not legible, which I cannot read from the, you can say, a distance, then you fall in that category. You have then you are a reserve person. You don't open up to everyone, right? Amitabh Bachchan is easily readable, so he's type of person who is open to many people. So if you are just his fan, you can just go to him and just ask him for a photograph, and he will give it for sure. For Shah Rukh Khan and Virat Kohli, well, I don't think they will give that easily because they are type of reserve person. Okay, Ratan Tata. So you can see he's a type of a person who loves being in balance. Right. Okay. R is in Hindi. So, well, you can just see him. He's more, you can say, a type of a rich person than any other rich person in the world. Tata owns so much property, yet he doesn't show it very well. He just acts like a normal person. He takes photograph with his employees, not like other CEOs. Have you ever seen Donald Trump taking photos with his employees? I guess you haven't. And Ratan Tata is so humble. So he want to show that. And you can just see his T-bar here as well. I guess it's on the upper side, right? And the extent that A is, you can see here his A is extended. At the last, the dash, big dash is there. Well, if you have that type of dash in your signature, that it indicates that you are someone for whom finishing things take much time, right? So you may start something, yet finishing it takes a lot of time. So I guess it's advisable to not to extend your last letters. Okay. So Narendra Modi has N in it, right? So he is also a reserve person, and he will not open up to you until he knows about you well. And you know he also writes in middle order. He has two dots. If you just see Amitabh Bachchan, he has two dots below it. Shah Rukh Khan has two dots below it. I guess they have consulted graphologist, right? So if you go to a graphologist, then he will advise you if you are not able to, you can say, save money, the money you earn, you aren't able to save it, or if you want to be someone who is, you can say, you want to be someone who just let people know that I am this type of person, don't mess with me, then you can just put two dots under it. Sachin Tendulkar. Well, he writes only, I guess, his T, letter T, Tendulkar. So he's someone who wants to know, let people know that he values family more than himself. Like he wants to tell people that I value my family more than myself or any other thing in the world. That's why you can see that he retired early and he spent most of the time with the family. Okay, he has now the people who have dashed under their signature. It indicates the leadership quality. I guess Sachin Tendulkar is a good leader. Shah Rukh Khan is a good leader, and Amitabh Bachchan is also a great leader. Right? Donald Trump doesn't have. Well, you can know what type of leader he is. Virat Kohli also doesn't have. Well, well, it also tells about auto personality, right? Well, the dash indicates good leadership. I guess MS Dhoni to have it. I wasn't able to find his signature. Saina Nehwal, as you can see here, he writes with the whole name Saina as well as Nehwal. Right. So Saina Nehwal, in the whole name indicates that she values herself as well as her family as well. Okay. Now you may find some signatures. Some people may have signatures who have their name initial. Like if my name is Akhilesh Bhagwat, then I have A initial, and then I write Bhagwat, A Bhagwat. Right. Well, I write like that only, sign like that only. The people who have such signatures are the type of people who are sacrificers. Well, many, if your dad, if you have signature of your dad, most of the dad write like that. My dad to write signs like it, and I to sign like it. So the people who sign like that are the type of the people who want the world to know that they value themselves, yet they sacrifice a lot for the others. So these people may put their things on the backside and they do lot for the other people, for their family. First family and then other people. Right. So if you have A initial and then your surname, then you are type of, you fall in that category. Saina Nehwal, you can see her letter L has big loop. You can see her letter has very big loop. Well, the letter in L loop indicates that she is hopeful about future. Is not someone who you can say I don't know what will happen in future, and she is hopeful about future, that her future is bright. More bigger the loop letter L, bigger the people are hopeful about future. You can see Saina Nehwal to writes with pointed letters, right? So she is the fast thinker. So next time you meet her, you ask her, "Are you a fast thinker, Saina Nehwal?" Joke aside, Shubham, let's move forward. I guess we have amazing letter I. Well, if you just now take your handwriting on your side or on your lap and just check your letter I, we will be having, there are more than, I guess, 20 or 30 plus letter I's. Okay, so first one is the imaginative letter I. If you have dot on the upper side of the your I bar, then you are someone with a very good imagination power. Just like I said before, if you are feeling good, if you are thinking about something, we look on the upper side, right? Towards the sky, towards the ceilings, towards the fan, or towards others, right? So that indicates in same happens for in graphology as well. If you have dot on the upper side, then you are someone who has very good imagination. You are an artistic person and mostly dream about things. Daydreamers. Right. Many creative people write like this. So if you want to be in creative field, if you are into UI UX technical field, if you are into painting, yes, you have seen the signature of Virat Kohli and the signature of Ratan Tata as well. And I guess no, Donald Trump doesn't have a letter I. So they have in their signature they have a dash. I will be giving this PPT afterwards. You can just observe it later. They have dash in their letter I's. In Virat Kohli's I, they have dash. Well, it indicates that you have some self doubts about yourself, about a thing, and it also indicates low confidence, right? And these people are self-critical, so they may have thoughts that can I do something, can I achieve this, I don't believe I can do this. Well, mostly it occurs during the time when we are stressed, right? Mostly it occurs in that time. Okay, now do you have any doubts about letter I? If you have any, then you can just put it in the chat section. This is the most amazing trait. I guess we all have one friend who behaves like a child, who who has a bubbly personality. We all have that. We all have that friend. Well, many, if you are a young person in your family, if you are not an elder person, you are a younger person, then you may be writing like this, because such people have bubbly personality. They smile a lot. They see good in others, and they just have childish behavior. So they may tease you a lot, or they may just, well, the difference between this letter I and the upper letter I is the behavior. If you write like this, then your behavior will be childish. So you may tease someone, you may just behave like a child, not a responsible person, you can say. And curious about a lot of things, they ask a lot of questions about particular things, how this happens, what is this, and what is that, etc. So if you have any friend who writes like this, then accept that they are childish. Now there may be some people who have different types of letter I's in one handwriting. You may have dots, you may have dash between some letter, you may have different types of writing. Well, just like in letter T, just like for other letters as well, see the words you write after the letter I. So if you write, for example, if you write like I am confident, and your letter I is having dot, that indicates that yes, you are confident. And if you just write a sentence just like for example, I am very good at I'm very good at medical fields. Okay, I am very good at medical fields, or you can say I am very good at anchoring or public speaking. And during that time, if your letter I has dash, then that indicates that you are self-critical about that particular thing. Okay. So if you have many types of same letters, different types of same letters, then see the words you are writing after that letter. If letter after letter I you are writing the verb or adjective, then see that you are self-critical or either confident about that thing. Well, never give up. Always keep persisting. Okay, so I love being organized. Well, yes, I love being organized. I have written it in my book. I personally write like this. Well, these are if the people who know me may know that the people who write like this are very organized and always have things on check. Always have a backup plan, just like we have backup plan of presenting this to Shubham. And so the people who are like this always have a backup plan, always have things on check. So they will complete their homework on time. They will put their clothes on perfect self, and these people are very loyal and detail oriented as well. So if they commit to someone something, then they tend to be loyal to them, to that thing. Okay, and they're very detail oriented. So they may focus on the what type of clothes they wear, what type of what's up DP they have, just kind of small details they have focus on it. And that's what makes them a good observer as well. So they may see the things which other people may not. Just like if someone we have someone, suppose if you have someone who writes like this, and you are just wearing a new dress, or you are just wearing a new earring, or in boys if you are just wearing a new shoes, so that person nobody will notice that, yet that person will notice that for sure. I can give you guarantee that person will notice about that for sure, and he will ask you, she or she will ask you, is it new, or you are looking good because of that, because of your earrings, because of your dressings, right? So if you have any friend who writes like this, then that's good. And if you want to be, if you are someone who mm, not much organized, not much, you can, this will help you to be more productive. Then start writing like this, letter I, dot close to stem, right? Okay, Shubham, let's wait. Now you can see the dot. I will just give a little more. You can see a dot is right above bar, right? Like dot right above bar. Now we may have people who put dots after the bar, who put dot before the bar, right? So the people who put dot after the bar are the type of the people who are like Sherlock Holmes. They are very investigative and they just want to know about people. ये क्या कर रहा है, ये ऐसे क्यों है, right? So they want to find the mystery. They are mostly detectives have that type of eyes. That also indicates that your mind mostly focuses on future rather than being in present. And if you have a dot before, you can say bar on the left side, then it indicates that you are a procrastinator, because it's letter I is small letter, and you cannot put dot above bar, then it indicates procrastination. Okay, so it is advisable to put dot just above the bar. Okay, Shubham, let's move forward. Now the interesting topic, which was the title of today's webinar, how can handwriting change your life? So graphology is all about knowing a persona of a person. So I may get to know what type of person you are, what flaws you have, what cons you have, either way. Yet graphotherapy is what a type of therapy in which you change your handwriting to induce a particular traits inside you, right? So this in simple application, simple explanation, graphotherapy is changing your handwriting in a particular way to improve yourself. Well, I guess I missed some words there. Anyway, so what happens is, what if you do well at the start, when I was learning graphology in the 2016, I guess at that time I was just learning only about graphology, letters, letter T, just like today. Okay, so I just thought, what if we now my handwriting tells me about my current situation, current persona. So what if I change myself? Well, I change my handwriting. I write in particular way, good traits. So is it going to help me? I just was curious during that time, and then I just Google it, and I just found this topic, graphotherapy. So what if you do reverse? Okay, what if you do the reverse of means, if I am someone who writes with dash, letter I has dash. I am someone who has low T bars, who has straight letter L, no loop in it. Then I want to be more hopeful. I want to now become more productive. Yes, I want to become more energetic person. Now I'm going to change my life myself. So if you have that kind of intentions for yourself, then you need to change your handwriting for sure. Well, what happens is, when you change your handwriting, is new cells and signals are formed in your brain. Just like the old handwriting is now erased from your mind, and new handwriting, new patterns are then projected in your mind, which changes your feelings as well as your emotions, right? And after, if you are persistent about something, consistent about something, then it will inculcate in your persona as well, in your personality as well, right? So you will be more productive, you will have more confidence, and you will be a type of a person, a change version of yourself. In one sentence I can tell you. So yes, it works. And if you want to just improve yourself, if you are facing any life problems, if you are frustrated about something, if you have self doubts, if you are not confident, or you are a type of introvert, want to be an extrovert, if you are unable to concentrate, if you have short temper, then it is advised to change your handwriting. At the start, if you ask anyone how to change and improve myself, you get two advice. One is to change your thoughts, and second is to just accept yourself. Well, accept yourself. Okay, changing the thoughts takes a lot of time. Okay, I have been learning law of attraction as well from the book Secret. I guess many of you may know. So changing your thoughts takes a lot of time, because you have to just focus on thoughts. When the negative thoughts comes, you have to either let go, or either way just feel it. That's the advice mostly given by the people. Well, it takes a lot of time. Graphotherapy takes very less time. You can just improve yourself in a month. Let's go, Shubham, to the next slide. Well, I guess, can you just scroll a little on? Yes. So it's my experience. I'm just, if you just want to share something with others, share your experience with it, because then and then they believe, right? If I'm just telling theory, and I never apply that knowledge, then it's never going to help me in any way, right? So I guess this is the, I guess, found only two samples. First one is on the early 2018. I don't have any books. 2016 I have, yet those are not kind of handwriting to see here. Okay, so this is the left side handwriting is my daily learnings. You can see, I guess you have all have learned about slants, you have learned about letter I, you have learned about many things, right? So you can just do a quick analysis of my left side handwriting as well. So if you see the my left side handwriting, you can see I was emotional during that time because of something. Okay, my handwriting is my whole handwriting is on the right side, slanting on the right side. Okay, and my letter Y, as you can see here, it was letter Y indicates about your relationships, social. So at that time, I was someone who was in type of introvert. I was not having much friends. I was very shy. If I was that type of person, then I wouldn't be able to, speak in front of you, like just like today. So you can see letter Y has small loop, which indicates that I was antisocial during that time, and you can see my energy levels are still same high. You can see I have also letter I has dash, which indicates that I was self-critical during that time. Okay, and the right side you can see is my latest handwriting. Yesterday I have just written it, so you can just read it if you want to. I have dark handwriting here, very much dark than before. Dark handwriting indicates that I have much lot of energy, and yes, and you can see my T, all T bars are high now, right? And I have just written my story as well, how it handwriting changed myself. During 2018, I was just a student, or we can say I was just a person who haven't had any hope of doing anything in future, and I changed my handwriting. Now I have not only just have hope, I have also started many things on the line, just like Graphology Made Simple, Delta the Innovators as well, and All-in-One Hub as well. Right. I love sharing. The reason I started Instagram page is because I want everyone to learn this, because I guess no one shares about this much. Everyone knows about astrology. Everyone knows about changing your thoughts and all other self-development things. No one most know about graphology, and it's the simple way to inculcate any type of personality you want in yourself. Okay. Now one more thing I haven't showed in the slides is that you can see distance between words. If you just see in both of my, you can see every word. I have a lot of distance between my letters. Sorry, a lot of distance between my words. For example, hello, experience in graphology, in the on the right side or on the left side too. Things adds. So I have gap between, much gap in between. So well, that gap indicates that if you two have gap in between, which indicates that a person is a type of independent person, and a person is just someone who doesn't like to be depend on anyone. He wants to control his destiny, and he just want to do things by self rather than just taking help of others. You can say independent person is seen by the uh, gaps. If you have a lot of gaps in between your handwriting, then you are someone who wants to be an independent person, who is an independent person. Okay, and if you have less gaps between the between your words, like experiencing graphology, so I have just very close words. So such people are kind of people who love keeping, who love being around people rather than being alone. Right? They love around being family. Well, it's not that independent person don't love around family. Both love, yet they are more attached towards family. They just are not much comfortable being alone. Okay. So that's the thing. I guess letter L2, I have loops now. Before I was not having any loops. You can see on the left side. Now I have loops. Okay. And my signature I haven't put it up. Before I was signing. My dash was cutting the letter G. Okay. So if you have a signature which has letter on the lower zone letters that says Y, G, J, then and if you put dash, then it is advised to put dash below your sign. Okay, just like I have just signed here. If you put letter G or Y, it indicates that you are very hard on yourself and you need to give yourself some time. Okay. So as you can see, I write with A Bhagwat, A Bhagwat. My dad's initial A, which indicates that uh, I want to be my like. I want people to see that I am like my dad. Okay, I want people to see that I am just like my dad. So that's why A and Bhagwat. Okay, so that's the thing. I guess Shubham, let's move forward. If you have any question, then you can ask. If anyone has any question, then they can ask on the chat section. Okay, we are near to the end of the session. Applications. Okay, so where is graphology used? In India, I guess there are only few institutes which provide the certifications of graphology? Well, basically certification is piece of paper. What is how you apply the knowledge, right? It doesn't matter how many certificates you get. Application is important. Anyway, graphology is used in recruitment and compatibility for personal relationships. If I want, well, if I want to know you, if a person is compatible with another person, then I can just get the handwriting of female individual as well as male individual, and I can just go through it, and I can tell if person is compatible or not. Okay. Well, letter Y is the thing. Well, that doesn't mean that if the person is not compatible, then they are not for each other. You can change your handwriting and increase your compatibility. Okay. In recruitment, well, if you in India, the recruitment rate of using graphology is very low. In USA and in, I guess, South Africa, they use it a lot. In USA, use it for in a recruitment. So if I'm from Delta the Novartis, and you come to and we are conducting an interview, right? I am sitting, Shubham sitting, and our team is sitting, and you come to an interview and you just come with the application you have filled up, form filled up. Okay, so what happens is one person in America, what happens is one person will ask about the questions. He will ask about interviews, technical questions, non-technical questions, depends on your job. And another person will just look at your handwriting, what type of person is he persistent, is he loyal, he is he workaholic, or is he confident, right? So that are the traits used by the interviewers in USA. I guess it's my dream to just use this, try just apply this in India as well, because people are using yoga, which are Indian things, in USA, right? So we need to increase it. Criminology and forensics. Well, criminology and forensics. Police comes up, and they just submit the signatures, or you can say signatures, or the note they are written, the people who have done suicide, to the graphologists, and then they analyze and they know what a person was thinking during that time. Well, the best thing about graphology is that you can know what you are feeling at that time, and you can just know track your emotions as well. So if you are feeling emotional, just look at your handwriting or write something. You will get to know that you are writing in slants. Or if you are just lost something, or something you have just hurt, then you will see that your handwriting goes on the downside. Okay, so that's the power of graphology. You can just track your emotions just by your handwriting. Okay, understanding clients, family members. Well, I understand. I have just analyzed the handwritings of my mom, dad, sister. So that helps to have a bond with them. You just accept them as they are, and you just tell them to do some changes. So you can understand them very well than you were able to do before. And the child development is the best thing about graphology. Your childhood says everything about your adulthood. If during childhood you had a bad, you can say, if I have a bad, uh, if I'm thinking bad about something, just like going to school or playing this particular thing is bad, right? So in adulthood, I would have same thinking as well. It's part of psychology, yet I would have same thinking as well. Right. So childhood development, if you have a child, or if you have anyone who are just starting in school or in school, then it is advised that just tell them just to put small changes in their handwriting. It will help them in their future as well. So that's the thing. And changing our personality, I've shown the live example of mine, of people before. So yes, you can change your handwriting as well. Shubham, can we move forward? Well, that was all. Thank you for joining us, and keep learning. And every person who has uh, been active during the session will get a certificate as well from Delta Deloitte, as well as from Graphology Made Simple. Okay, you can mail us at, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, then you can just find me at Instagram, Graphology Made Simple.
So just have a look. You can have a photograph of this particular screen which is being displayed now, so that you can be in regular touch with our events and all. I know today was a slow start due to rains and all, because since yesterday it's been heavily raining here, and we all are located at different points. So it was really difficult for us to communicate in the morning today, but still we went on. So I appreciate your efforts also, your patience also for being with us during this whole journey. Whatever samples you all have sent, we'll try to analyze some of those and send you via mail. We have your mail ID. You all can still continue in the WhatsApp group which we have created, because this was a beginner session. In the next sessions, we are trying to go for some advanced level. So maybe the next session would be an intermediate session, open for all again. But in the coming weeks, when everything, as in the connectivity, would be sorted, we would like to thank Akhilesh also for continuously speaking and sharing his knowledge with us. And I would like to see your comments in the chat section. And do visit our official website, deltatheinnovators.com. So to have more deeper insights on graphology, you can visit that Instagram page which Akhilesh has mentioned in the last slide. And if you have any suggestions, feedbacks, or any ideas or any collaborative ideas where we can merge together and have such sessions, so you can mail us at any of those mail IDs. Probably on Delta, if you all mail, we can execute it more ahead.
Delta the Innovators. Shubham, can you show Graphology Made Simple as well? Just Google Graphology Made Simple.
Yes, I am showing all the things so that they can go through the websites
Just
and
Google
connect with
Graphology Made
us.
Simple if possible. Yeah, thank you. Just Google Graphology Made Simple so people can just learn about graphology as well. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining in, and we hope you all stay safe. Enjoy the rainy season from inside the home. Okay. Shubham, yeah. This is the Instagram channel that I run currently. You can just scroll down, Shubham, a little. These are the analysis from different countries all around the world. And these are some of the, if you want to learn more about graphology, then you can learn from it. Okay. Everything is free. Okay. You can learn for free here because that's the motive of the channel. Okay. We will get certificate, I guess, on Delta website. We will post certificate by tomorrow or today. Yeah, these are some of the future events, upcoming events, and some of the past events. So we will be having more events in future.
We have our research and development unit, Scope DTI, where you can find all the blogs which are written by researchers and all. Here we have a small forum where you can have general discussions and all. Then latest updates would showcase you about the various events that are being conducted. So recently we had Python webinar with Professor Vasant Zog. Also we had a bot development session previously. As in our work section, you'll find multiple things all at a time. As I said, we were working with VJTI also, so you can have a look at all the images here. This was one of our sessions, Smart Innovators Conclave at VJTI, which we had conducted. So that's it. As I said, IIT's world record. So this was the world record part. This is our team, a part of our team, I would say, which is regularly working. In the back end, also we have Jatin, Lalit, Akhil, again, Ajay. Many of them are working. Ravi Shankar is also working. So these all people have made this event a successful one today. So that's the team. Shivam is also working. Shweta is also here. So that's the whole team. You all can have a look at the website, and this is how you will receive your certificate. You will get one more link here stating that graphology certificate, something like that. And we have our on Android application also on Play Store. So you can just click on Delta Aura and it will take you to our application. Other things are like our work and all. So you can have a look at all these video clips to have a glimpse of our work totally. And if you feel that you can collaborate with us on any project, so feel free to contact us for using this contact form, or else we can continue in the WhatsApp group. And that's our team. I'll again like to showcase. So this was the world record at IIT Bombay, and that's our team. Myself, Jatin. And once you click on any of these profiles, it will load the person's profile. We have our individual profiles also, so you can have a look at our individual work there. On every profile, you'll find these QR codes. If you want to see Akhilesh and all, everyone is here. So that's how whole thing works out. So looking forward for more such collaboration and more such sessions with you all. Yeah. With this, I would like to thank you everyone and do visit our websites, the Delta Innovators also, and also Graphology Made Simple on Instagram. So let's see how can we move further ahead. And I would like to announce that we'll be having an intermediate level session soon for regarding the same graphology topics. So see you all there. We can be in the group still and regularly stay in touch. If you all have any doubts, we can clear it there. Thank you.